It might be the most important factor.
But it was always something that when you'd go in the stand in the morning, you get excited about.
There is a deer in my field of view right now.
I've never been hunting and been like actually angry. I was pissed.
And that's one thing that no one can take away from you is your work ethic.
Like, make sure it's loaded, bring your gun.
Hey everyone out there, thank you so much for tuning into another Addicted Hunting podcast. This is one I'm excited about because I feel like when I came up and started hunting, like it took me a lot longer to learn because I was just doing it by myself. I was just trying to figure it out on my own. I didn't have a dad, a grandpa. I didn't have anyone to really teach me or pass it along to me. So I figured, how can we help some of the beginner hunters out there, like, not have years of just not being successful by giving them a few tips.
Give you the shortcuts that we lived through.
Exactly. Exactly. And we're not going to be the end all be all. One of the things I've always tried to say as we've started this hunting brand is like, we're not like the pros. We're not like these we're not Jim Shockeys. We haven't gone over the entire world and killed every animal with every,
I shook Jim Shockey's hand
with every single weapon imaginable, right? But we're decent hunters for our area, and I think we've learned a lot over the years that we can help other people with. So that's what we're going to talk about today.
I feel pretty confident in my hunting.
So. Oh, yeah.
For sure. Me too. Yeah. Me too. And so I think the first thing to start out with, just right out the gate, is like really talk about like why most hunters struggle for years and years and years and years. Because I am one of those hunters. I am one of those guys who, for a couple of years, I didn't find success.
Yeah.
So why do you think that? Why do you think that is?
I think you're in the wrong area right from the get-go.
Yep, I think
you are the biggest mistake I think most people make when they start out in hunting. They are not where the animals are. Like, you need to be in their wheelhouse. You need to be where they live. Not where you think they're going to be, where they are.
Scouting. I mean, it's all the stuff that, again, like, if you don't have somebody, and I was one of those people. I had my stepdad. I started when I was young. We rifle hunted. We just did the weekend thing. We were never serious about it. So it's like I never really figured it out until I got into archery hunting. And some of the guys that I started hanging out with there, that kind of started to change it. And that's what started like my downward spiral into hunting, and getting really, really deep into it.
Getting really addicted.
You could say, one would say that. Yeah.
For sure.
Hunting is just not a hobby that you just like can pick up and be like, instantly good at. I mean, if you get into it, you have to dedicate time.
Yeah,
that is the bottom line. If you want to get good at it, you gotta dedicate.
Well, and Sean, our camera guy on the fishing side, is a perfect example. The last 2 years, he's gotten really excited and into hunting. In 2 years, he hasn't killed anything. And so this year, I'm like, dude, give me like onyx. Just start sending me some onyx pins and stuff like where you're going. And dude, he just wasn't even. He wasn't in any of the right areas. He wasn't, and I'm like, I'm going with you the next couple times. Like, let me kind of help you and give you a few pointers. Because I did that for years. Like, for years, I was just not even in the right... I would get into this, like, massive timber and think I was going to kill a deer walking, Mach 50. And it's just not going to happen, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's species dependent, too, right?
Oh, big time.
That's huge. You want to become a really good hunter? Hunt with a blacktail hunter.
Yeah.
Because they're a ghost. That will change. I think that would make anybody a better hunter. That and Roosevelt elk. The two right there.
Yeah, they're tough. Like, on the western side of the United States, like, we definitely have some of the tougher animals to hunt. And it's simply just because of the terrain and the country that they live in.
Super thick.
A lot of these, the blacktail, like, for example, when I was tracking one of the biggest blacktails I've ever shot, the stuff that he was, like, in and going through, I was, like, crazy.
I'm crawling, dude, and they go through it like nothing. Yeah.
Through these little, like, tunnels that these things have made.
Yeah.
And it just blows me away.
Yeah.
It blows me away. And so, making sure that you're not in, like, random spots that don't even hold animals.
Right.
So I think that's key. So using trail cameras, scouting, before you just go out and go hunting, like, make sure you're hunting in the right spot.
Yeah, spend a little time out there. Go for an evening drive, just go take a look. Use glass. That's a huge thing.
Yep.
Good glass.
Yep.
That's what it comes binoculars.
Out. So I think another big thing that hunters do, and I'm guilty of this even today, is moving too much or not moving enough.
You're saying you're not patient.
And give me an example of when you think we'd be moving too much. Why don't you give me that example, Cliff, and then you give me an example, John, of not moving enough.
So for me, moving too much, the terrain that we have over here, like all flat out, I hunt to a point to where it's I hate it. I'll do the 5 steps, stop, scan, sit there for a minute or two, and some will say that's not long enough, and then I'll do it again till I get to a point wherever I have on my Onyx, like I did with that bull this year. That yes, I missed. I know. I already know. We don't need to revisit that story. But I picked a point on the map, and I did exactly what I said I was going to do, minus the whole missing thing. But to get to that point is moving in, moving slow, and just, I don't want to say like you're becoming part of the terrain or whatever, but taking 4 to 5 steps, you have less chance of sitting there, that cadence of going through the brush. They know that's not right. But if you do take a couple steps, stop, listen. Use your ears, not just your eyes. That would be me.
And again, this is going to be situation dependent. It's going to be species dependent. It's going to depend on where you're hunting and what you're hunting. In relation to blacktail deer hunting on the west side, like moving slow, taking your time, even maybe doing ground blinds or tree stands, or really like focusing on, not hunting fast, I think is a big deal. But now on the flip side, I'll play devil's advocate because we hunt a lot of areas where there's clear cuts.
Correct.
And I do think that sometimes it pays to move fast and hunt clear cut after clear cut after clear cut after clear cut quickly until you locate a buck.
Agreed.
Sometimes that can pay off big time. I've killed a lot of bucks doing that.
Yeah.
A ton of them. The right time of year.
Yes.
Especially during the rut. Like a lot of times you're going to find those things out in the clear cuts making mistakes.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah. And on like that flip side of things of I'll kind of like it I do a matter of both. Mornings, I don't want to move a lot. I want to have the mornings and evenings. I'll be as still as I can. I'll find a spot and sit there because that's when they're moving. Any animal is going to move right in the morning, right first light, and right in the evening, right when last light.
Yep.
That's when they're moving. That's when you should be sitting still because that's when they're going to catch you if you're moving. But in the middle of the day, I'm bouncing around because that's usually when they're settled down, found their spot where they're going to chill out for most of the day, and that's where I'll go and make my moves throughout the day.
Yep.
So it's like I play both. Like middle of the day, try and get moving around, kicking around, finding stuff, maybe kick some stuff up if you have to do it that way.
And we did that a lot when I hunted with John. Like we would spend a lot of time in the morning, like really going to specific areas, glassing, trying to find these bucks. And then when the midday, John's like, these things are bedded. If you guys want to hunt, let's go try to find them in their beds.
And you guys but when you get in the mornings and stuff, you guys are glassing, just so the viewers know, like, you guys are glassing hundreds of yards.
No, tons of areas. Yeah.
It's not like...
We're getting the spotting scope out and sometimes looking, a mile away.
For me, like, with my situation, my situation would be, 150, maybe 200 yards is what I would do.
Yeah, and sometimes you're only looking 50 yards.
Exactly. Yeah. But
for sure. So another big factor that a lot of beginner hunters do, and I can attest to this big time, I bet the first 5-6 years I hunted, dude, I never considered it wind.
Oh yeah.
And wind is such it might be the most important factor.
Yep.
Like I learned it when me and John were whitetail hunting, like how easily these things can smell you from a super long distance away, and they do not need much, and they smell you.
Oh yeah.
And I think making sure that you are always checking your wind is insanely important.
Absolutely.
So I made that mistake a lot when I first started hunting.
And with the apps nowadays, like you can get the predominant winds. I mean, that's not going to help you too much with thermals and stuff. But I mean, you can look at areas on your map and be like, okay, I'm going to head to that ridge. But if it shows the wind blowing at your back, make another game plan.
Yep. And then I think another thing too that I'm really bad at is quitting spots too fast. And like even with John, like when I was hunting with John, I was getting annoyed some days because I was like, why are we going back to the same every single freaking morning? This is stupid. Like this, we have so much land. We're not even checking any of these other areas.
Right.
Like how many bucks can be out there? And it's because John knew that on the 4th day we went there, look, there's 7 bucks in this field. And so he knew, and that's why we were doing that, because he was looking for a specific deer. We were trying to find a specific deer, and it made sense to do that because he had patterned them. He knew that eventually they were going to show up.
Yeah.
And I need to get better at that because sometimes, especially for blacktail, like I might check an area and I didn't see a deer, so then I never go back there.
I'm so guilty. Like I've gone into such areas that you're like, dude, they've got to be in here. There's sign everywhere. I go through, I don't see anything. I'm like, I never go back to that area.
Exactly.
Like this area sucks.
Not smart.
No, it's stupid.
a good, like, you know, a good rule of thumb is, like, almost every animal has a pattern. Most animals have a routine that they do. And, like, with Marlon, like, he was getting frustrated with that. It's like, Marlon likes to gamble. It's like betting on black over and over and over again. You might not have hit the first few times, but one of those times is absolutely 1,000,000% going to hit, and that's what you're waiting on is for that one time to hit.
It's called the martingale system, baby.
So...
banker every time.
That's like, even if you're feeling discouraged, if you spend the time and pattern some of these animals and find an area where you're seeing the same deer over and over again, you go there during hunting season, I promise you, if you keep at it, that deer is going to show up at some point or another. Like, he will be there.
For sure. Yep, for sure. I think another thing that we need to talk about as a beginner hunter, and again, something that I'm going to be honest, like, I didn't even start doing it really hard until, like, the last 10 years, probably. Like, the first is scouting. Yeah. Like, scouting harder, using trail cameras, using technology that we have, like e-scouting, and using, like, for years I would just be like, this is where I hunt. I'm going to go up here and hunt.
Yeah.
You know, I never scouted. I never put out trail cameras. I never did any of that. And I killed some animals, right? Yeah. But when I dedicated time to scouting, especially for elk, this is why I told Cole, it's like, you know, we're all discouraged last year. None of us got elk. Cliff's like, screw that. I'm not even going to join your camp again this year. You guys are lame. When the reality is it had nothing to do with us. It had to do with the fact that we didn't scout. Yep. Like, we did not scout. We were relying on Zach, who was just here. Yep. Because he scouted to tell us where the elk were.
Yep, we were lazy.
And we didn't put in the time that was necessary because we thought we knew from years prior and previous years that we could find the elk. And the reality is we couldn't. They changed their patterns. The weather was different. Whatever was different.
Logging operations, you name it.
Giant sections of timber we thought we were going to be able to hunt that were just gone.
Gone.
And so it's like, scouting is so important for hunting. Like, do not get into hunting and think you're just going to go in the woods and kill something.
Yeah, no, you can be the lucky guy that goes out and it happens, but 99% of the time, it's not gonna. I mean, again, it goes back to finding the animals. If you have no clue where they're at or where to start. Do you remember, like, back when we used to be able to use salt blocks, and it was before trail cameras, what we would do is where we'd set our stands to try to figure out, like, what was coming in, is we'd go in and, I mean, there'd be elk tracks everywhere. And then we'd take branches and then we'd wipe out, like, all the tracks. You know, the next morning you go in, you're like, oh my God, dude, they were in here at night. Like, they might be coming back through or whatever, you know. So it was kind of like trail cameras. So if you can't afford a trail camera, like if you have an area that you want to keep checking, that's another cheap way to do it. It's a good way to do it, for sure. It's a cheap way to do it. You'll know if animals are coming through. You're not going to know the caliber of animal, but, you know. But it was always something that when you'd go in the stand in the morning, you'd get excited about. Give you, you know, something to think about till morning light, and then nothing came through. But but it's still, you know, that's what we did.
Yeah, I think scouting is big. You know, trail cameras are a big thing too. You know, John is someone that I've, you know, taken inspiration from because he has a lot of trail cameras out. He watches these deer, and not only does he watch them, and Zach too. Yeah. You know, my buddy Zach that was just in this podcast, like, that guy's got trail cameras out 365 days a year. Yeah. Like, he is watching the animals. He knows where they're at. He knows their patterns. He knows where they're moving. And, like, if you want to be a successful hunter year after year after year, there's nothing better than doing that.
His success rate shows it.
Yep.
There's a lot of hunters, too, that will preach that. Like, a lot of, and you'll hear it on podcasts, too. Like we were saying in Ohio, for our lease, we don't have near the amount of trail cams we need. Yeah. Like, we need 50 trail cams on that place.
That's what that, you know, I was telling you about that podcast, that guy. He said he had a 350-acre lease, and he had, like, 60 trail cameras on it.
Yeah. You just need, if you want to get it done, and this is for a mature buck. I mean, we could have smoked little bucks all day long, but to hunt the one, you need at least that to do it.
Got to pattern them. Yep. Got to know what they're doing, where they're moving, why they're moving.
Yep.
Makes a big difference. Yep. So let's talk a little bit about, like, the skills that you think matter the most. And one of the ones that I'm the absolute worst at, that I need to just continue to get better at, is patience. And as a hunter, like, I always say it, like, I even tell Cole, I'm like, dude, I'm like the most impatient hunter ever, and I can tell you, like, I feel like I'm pretty good at hunting. Like, I've killed a lot of animals over the years. Like, you go look in my house, you look at anywhere. I bet you, if I'd be a patient hunter, I would have killed a lot more.
I feel like that's where your scouting covers you on your patience.
Yeah. I'm just impatient. Like, I want to hunt fast, just like I want to fish fast. I want to do everything in my life fast. Like a little rabbit, freaking out there just running. But yeah, patience even in my own self, it's something I'm constantly trying to work on. I think is one of the biggest things, and I'm learning it from, that's why I try to surround myself, just like I do with fishing. I try to surround myself with really good hunters because I want to learn from them. I want to become what they've become, and patience is a major factor.
Key.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've learned a lot more of it in the tree stands in Ohio. I feel like I've become extremely patient in those tree stands, and whereas years ago I would have never pictured myself sitting in a tree stand for 7 hours straight and not moving.
Yeah.
I've thought about a lot too with that situation. I was thinking, like, if we just kept consistent, like, say we picked one tree stand and that's the tree stand.
I know.
If you would have just stuck with it each day, every single one of us would have an opportunity. Just like consistency and the patience of sitting in that one stand every day, we would have got it done. Yeah. Like, it would have happened.
That's where the picking the stands is hard. That's where the picking the stands and having other buddies that are on the lease and stuff makes it tough because
multiple scents going in.
The 2 years before you guys came, that's what I did.
Yeah.
I shot in lower treetops every single day because there was one buck that was consistently coming into lower treetops, and I'm like, I'm not leaving the stand until that buck comes in here and I can shoot him.
Yeah.
And he never did, but I stuck with it. I stayed in that stand, and every night everyone was like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "Lower treetops."
Your odds are better,
like
man.
every day.
Yeah.
But now we're doing the pick system, which is fine, and we'll refine it next year and have some better systems. But yeah, it makes it tough when you got a lot of people hunting in a certain area for sure. I can tell you one thing that I'm going to do different next year that. Yeah, never mind. I'm not telling you.
Not even gonna share.
It's like, nice. Like, I'll pounce that on you when the time comes.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys when the time comes.
Okay.
Another big thing that, again, it has to do with patience, and especially when it comes to mule deer hunting, is glassing more. Mm-hmm. I feel like in all the years that I hunted Idaho, the biggest thing that I didn't do well, I killed a deer the first year I went. The next 2 years I went, I didn't kill deer. And one thing Bobby told me, my buddy who kills them every year, is he's like, dude, you're not glassing enough. He's like, you need to get to these ridges, you need to get to these areas where these deer are at, and you need to just glass.
Yeah.
He's like, sometimes these deer, Marlon, might get up for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
They might stand up, they might walk around, they might stretch, and they might get right back down, and if you weren't glassing when that happened, you're never going to see them.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think glassing and spending time glassing is really important as a beginner because I didn't do it enough when I first started.
Yeah, and having confidence. One thing I kind of sit down and
if you're new, really quick, and we're talking about glass, we're talking about using our binoculars and looking around.
Yeah. I sit there and I say in my head, I'm like, there is a deer in my field of view right now. I just need to find it. And I just go into it with that mentality, and like, I want to say more than 9 times out of 10, I will find one.
And the more you glass, the better you get at it, too. One of the things I was amazed with John is like, I would say probably 90% of the time out of like 6-7 guys hunting together, he was always the first that was like, there's a deer. Mm-hmm. Like very right. And you get keyed into it, just like you do a shed hunt. You get keyed into knowing like there's a deer, Mm-hmm. So it's really important, get good at glassing, guys.
And
if you want to be a successful hunter, get good at glassing.
Be comfortable when doing it. That's another big thing. Like people get uncomfortable. Like take like whether it's like the little sleeping pads that roll up, whatever. Take something for you to be comfortable. Whether it's like we have the binoculars we use. They're stabilized. We don't have to really carry a tripod with us unless you're taking your spotting scope. But it's throwing it on a tripod, binoculars on a tripod. I mean, we know just based off of our binoculars that we have. But I also, I had a pair of Swaros that I had for years that I'd throw those on a tripod. And when you can sit there and pan, and one thing I've learned recently is so if we read left to right, so we go faster that way. But if you pan from right to left, you actually slow down and you can pick up like minor things. It's a little tidbit. That wasn't from me. I learned it from somebody else. But just something to try.
Makes sense, yeah.
Because we go really fast when we go this way. Just think about it next time you're out. And then when you go back, it's like you're trying to capture everything as you go back to the left.
Yeah. And I've made it a point now when I glass, dude, I'm so crazy and I'm way more patient with it now. Like I can sit somewhere now because I've learned over the years, like you have to.
Yep.
Like, and I pick it apart.
Yeah. And you'll find them.
And don't be afraid to take breaks when you're glassing too. There's nothing worse than just like, I don't know about you guys, I strain my eyes.
Oh yeah.
Like I'll sit too much time behind glass and my eyes will just be messed up. Like I'll like take my binos off and my vision's
yeah,
like,
I'm like, come out of them. Yeah.
Whoa, and just take those little breaks because that kind of helps. Like.
Yeah,
Just
reset.
take a little 5-minute break. Just kind of sit there and enjoy enjoy your surroundings. That's why you're out there.
Yeah.
For sure.
Absolutely.
And just enjoy it, and then get back into it. And that helps with the patience part of it. Like, you're out there to have fun. Like, keep that in the back of your mind always.
Yeah, and always know that at any second something could walk out. Like, multiple times in Idaho when we'd be glassing, we'd be sitting there looking at an area and not see anything, and then all of a sudden there's something there. Mm-hmm. Like, they just come out from behind a tree, or maybe they stood up, or who knows. But it happens a lot.
Where did that come from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like the same as saying, where's my bobber?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So another big thing that I've kind of gotten better at, and I still need to improve at more, is just understanding how to read terrain, especially when you're looking. Onyx is a big thing that all of us use now, Onyx or any of the big apps nowadays. And there's a story this year where I took Sean hunting, and we're looking at this map, and me and Coulter are looking at the terrain, and we're like, I'm like, we'll just go down to the end of this road, and then we'll drop off down into this drainage, and then we'll just go up the other side and get to this clear cut. And we're looking at it, and it looked like, oh yeah, this is not going to be easy, but it's not going to be that hard. And we got over there, and it was like...
Those topo lines are pretty tight.
Dude.
Yeah.
It was like one of the worst things I've ever done. And we had already gotten so far, it was like, we're screwed.
There's no turning back.
We have to do it. Yeah. And I just remember being down there, and I was crawling up this hill in blackberries and spider webs, and I'm like, I got to get better at reading terrain. Mm-hmm. Like, I have to focus my time over the next year and, like, really get better at understanding topo maths and terrain lines and understanding where
travel routes and everything.
Yeah, because it really hurts you if you look at a map and you think you're going somewhere where a deer may be, and then you get over there and it's like not anything like what you thought it was. That kills you. Yep. Which reminds me, Onyx, update your damn maps.
For sure.
It's freaking annoying that I pay $100 a year and I look at somewhere and it's supposed to be a clear cut and it's not a clear cut. Like, that's frustrating. Very frustrating.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Another thing that we can talk about that I think I always get in my head, even today, like, it's not even just for beginners, but like the mental game of hunting. Like, the mental game and not getting in your head and handling dry spells and trying to stay consistent and learning from your failures. We all know I need to learn from my failures. Like, the mental game in hunting can really discourage people. Like, I think that's why some people don't do it. I mean, look at Cliff. In 1 year of hunting muzzleloader elk, and he already wants to quit. I mean, it's like the mental game. Forever. The mental game, like, really can hurt you.
Dude, I've never been hunting and been like actually angry. I was pissed.
Yeah.
Like, and it's because it is number one. And if you listen to a podcast before, you'll hear Marlon say it's partially his fault. So I'll let it go that way. But not being familiar with your weapon, like, that is, to me, that's key. Like, I did not practice enough. I did not get out and shoot enough. And again, it's like anything with hunting. It's whether it's getting out and scouting. It's just having that time out there and doing it, going through the motions. And I didn't, and it bit me. And so now I have to just fix the problem and buy a new muzzleloader.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
I mean, there's been, I'm sure I don't think the videos came out yet, but I missed a deer on camera. I was bummed about it, but it's just staying ahead of it, Don't sit there. I could have let that. There's been so many years where I've just been like, I've let it beat me up and eat me the whole season. I'm just like, that was my opportunity.
It's really hard not
right
to.
there. I'm like, that was a huge buck, and I'm never going to see him again ever. Yep. Just saying that to myself, and I'm like, why am I beating myself up? And I'm like, by some miracle, I'll see that deer again. And it might not see it again, but you don't want to sit there and say that to yourself because you don't know. That's just
no one's perfect, dude. Some of the best hunters I freaking know have missed and lost animals, and it's like, it's gonna happen, and that's how you get better.
You're good. You haven't even seen the footage, huh? Neither of you.
No.
You'll see it, and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, you're gonna cry a little for me.
Yeah,
it's a big one. It's a really big one.
Yeah.
So it was like that one. I think about it quite a bit, and everyone's like, I can't believe you missed. I'm like, I know, but
I mean, you want to get into the mental game, archery.
Yeah.
You want to talk about highs and lows,
it's
ups
horrible.
and downs.
I was like, I don't even want to talk about it next subject.
Yeah, I literally don't even want to talk about it. Like,
I mean, you can just tell by the way Marlon is right now that, I mean, it is like, you want to see if you got grit. I'm just going to say it flat out. I will challenge anybody to archery. And you want to talk about some of the highest of highs and lowest of lows. And sometimes you don't come back from those lows. That season might just stay there.
I feel like I'm kind of feel that way. You know, that's why I wanted to do the elk thing again. Like I'm gonna go hunt elk with the bow again. Like I feel unaccomplished.
Yeah.
Like, you know, 3 years of doing it, taking, you know, drawing back on a couple elk and then losing one.
Yeah.
Like that feeling. I mean, it still eats me up literally every day, every hunting season.
Yeah.
I think about it. It sucks.
Yeah.
And archery hunting is a lot like fly fishing. It's like just way tougher.
Yeah.
It's just way tougher.
26, the year of redemption.
Dude, 26 is the year of absolute murder. I'm going to kill so many animals. Dude, I already told you, I don't even care if I have to break the law. Animals are getting murdered. Like, I'm having a redemption year this year.
Hunting season started January 1st.
Yeah. Okay, well, the next thing I think that we need to talk about for beginners, and even myself, like, is, you know, quitting too early. Like, I've heard a lot of hunters, and again, I just brought up an example. Cliff muzzleloader hunted 1 year and he wants to quit. It's just too tough for him, dude. He just can't handle the pressure.
Can't hack it, dude. I got to go back to archery.
He can't handle the pressure. No, but to be fair, like, a lot of guys it's hard. Hunting is freaking hard. Like, it is not an easy sport to get into, and so it took me 3 years before I killed my first deer. And imagine if I would have just tried for 2 years and then gave up, and then, you know, I wouldn't be where I am today.
No.
You know, so, like, just making sure that you stick with it. It's tough. It's not easy. Like, just know that if you keep trying, you keep getting better, you keep improving, it doesn't matter. Like, even 15 years later, you're still going to make mistakes, and you just got to keep with it.
And I mean, that's the thing, too, is like you just build it every single year. First year, you didn't get one. Second year, you missed one, let's just say. Like, every year, you're growing. Every year, you're learning. Like, if you think about it, you surround yourself with the guys like we do. The amount of knowledge and the mistakes that we've all made, like, and that's where it is, you know, like you've even said at the beginning of it, is surrounding yourself with good hunters. Not even necessarily like really good hunters, just people that have been doing it for a while. Someone like the old boys that would like sit up on clear cuts, you know, they have stories that they can share with you as well that can shine light on a situation where you're like, oh my God, oh no, I need to do this.
My one buddy's dad, I hit him up, I'm like, dude, I'm just texting you because every single year you kill nice bucks in the same area that I'm hunting.
Yep.
And I'm like, how are you doing it? He's like, you want to know the truth? I'm like, how are you doing it? He's like, I literally get in my truck and I drive 5 miles an hour on the road and I just drive extremely slow and I cover as much ground as possible. And he's like, I've killed my buck in here for the last 25 years doing that method. And I went, what?
Dude, which goes against everything we
so
want to do as
that
hunters.
next year, I got in the truck with my wife and I did it.
Liar. I've seen him drive.
No, I'm dead serious. I took every single
5 mile an hour? Yeah.
I took every single gravel road at like 5 to 7 miles an hour, and guess what? I killed a really nice buck that year.
That's crazy.
And then I never did it again. Now I'm back to my 50 mile an hour road driving.
Yeah, catch them when they're crossing.
Yeah, dude, scanning. It's all about the scan.
Covering ground.
It's all about the scan. But yeah, dude, you'd be surprised. Like,
Yeah, quitting
sure.
I mean, back to what the quitting too early thing, like, you will find if you're into hunting, the more mistakes you make and learn from,
you will become
your success rate is going to go up with the amount of mistakes you make.
Yeah, if you can make all of them in the first year.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like, Marlon's the perfect example.
Dude, I made like 3 this year.
He's just like mistake.
Did
mistake.
I? Was it 3?
I don't
It was
know.
only 2
I'm
really,
not keeping
2
track,
really bad
Marlon.
ones.
I don't care about those things. I'm just out here to have fun.
I care because it drives me to do better.
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys, you wait, dude. You guys are all laughing this year. You wait to see what I kill this year.
I hope so, dude. I
Stuff's
really do.
getting smoked, bro.
I really do.
All on
Comment down
camera.
below who has confidence in Marlon.
Oh yeah, dude.
Let's hear it.
Game over, baby.
We've heard some stories.
I'd never write him off, I'll tell you that.
Game over.
I know.
baby.
I'm not saying that.
No, I'm not. Yeah, no, I'm just. The dude he's killed some stuff.
And so now, what I want to talk about, because this is something that's like, you know, as you guys have seen, like, I'm not the greatest hunter in the world. I'm not. I don't consider myself some like bat.
We ain't Fred Bears.
I'm not, you know. But one of the things that I can do, that I've always done, that separates me from the rest, is I work. And I work hard. And I will work harder than the next guy if I have to. And I will go harder. I will go faster. I will go longer. I will do anything that it takes to be successful. And that's one thing that no one can take away from you is your work ethic.
No.
No one. Like, it doesn't matter how good a hunter is, how good a shot he is, how good a spot he has. If he's got private land, it doesn't matter. If you work harder than him, you will do better than him.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie. When we were in Ohio and I was sitting in my stand
that night,
I was like, I don't even think I told you guys, like, I was in competition because I was like, are we going in? Marlon's like, nope. And I'm like, well, then I'm not. Because I was like, I'm not going to let Marlon sit in the stand longer than me. And then Cliff would be like, I'm staying longer. And that what drove me to stay longer.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, well, I'm not going to be the first guy back. No way. Like, I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
I want to work harder than at least one person in this camp. Dude. So
Well, you know with the old boys that we're going to be good.
Yeah.
They're going to be back.
But it
Yeah,
was
the
more
competition.
us, you know? Like, I was like, Marlon's sitting there, and it was brutal. Like, I can't tell you how brutal because I did not have the right gear.
yeah.
And it was, my feet were like I couldn't feel them after the first hour being in the stand. And then I'm like, are you guys going in? Marlon's like, no. I'm like, okay, well,
you
I
stayed
guess
out
I'm
the
staying.
longest.
I'm staying out too. I'm not letting Marlon beat me.
Yeah.
So it was just like getting there and staying there.
For sure. Work ethic, no one can take it from you, for sure.
Absolutely.
So that's something, guys, that, yeah, as a beginner, as a new hunter, like, just work harder than the guy next to you, for sure. The other big thing that I think a lot of people feel like they need is you do not need some secret spot to kill animals. There's national forest everywhere. There's public land everywhere. There's animals in all of it. If you're willing to work for it, you can kill them.
Yep. Every time.
Like, is it nicer to have private land? Is it nicer to have some of these? Yeah, it is. And I love to do both.
Yeah.
But if I have to, I even told John, I'm like, that's why I want to do more out-of-state hunting and put in for special tags. Because it's like, I like doing the private stuff, and I love doing it, and I want to continue to do it. But I also want to challenge myself and go areas where we got to figure it out.
Adventure.
Drive ourselves to be better.
Yep. Adventure drives you.
For sure. Best advice you ever got as a hunter?
Best advice.
And that question
a
goes
tough
to
one.
either of you.
I think, God, I mean, back to the very beginning of this, be patient. Like, I if there was one thing to pick out of it is patience. Like, I know you want to move. Chances are, if you're in a good area and you be patient, something will present itself.
Man, that's actually that's a tough question for me. Because there's a lot of things like I can remember like from being younger. You know, the one that just automatically sticks with me, and this can also be the difference between you finding an animal and not finding an animal. If they're not going down, keep shooting, number one. And then number two, when you see them drop, do not take your eye off of them.
Really smart. A lot of guys have made mistakes, especially with muzzleloader hunting. Yeah, a story a few years ago, like my buddy Mikey, you've heard this story. We have a big muzzleloader camp that we all hunt. And my buddy Mikey's awesome. We love him, but he hasn't shot very many elk in our camp. And this one year, we all get this text in the group. He's like, big 6-point down, dude. I got a monster. And we're all just stoked. We're like, finally, dude, Mikey dropped one, you know. And then about 20 minutes later, we get the text like, I can't find him. And what happened was he was pushing this area, and he stopped, and this other hunter came over the hill. And he was sitting there like talking to this other hunter. And they were just kind of BSing or whatever. And then all of a sudden, this herd came over the hill, like running right at him. Must have got pushed for some other hunters. And he just pulls up, boom, and he shoots one in the neck. A really nice bull. Thing just drops to the ground and starts flailing. Well, he just starts celebrating. High-fiving the dude next to him, like super excited, like, I just dropped that thing, it's freaking dead. And he starts walking towards the elk after they cheered and for a couple minutes or whatever. He starts walking, and he didn't reload.
Yep.
And with a muzzleloader, rule number one, when you shoot with a muzzleloader, you reload immediately. Like, that's rule number one. And it was pouring down rain. It was crappy weather. And they start walking, and they get, like, almost to where you can touch this bull with the tip of your muzzleloader. And the thing gets up. And he's yelling at the other kid that he doesn't even know.
Shoot him.
But he's like, shoot him, shoot him. And the kid pulls up. Gun misfires because it's pouring down rain. That bull, Mikey doesn't have another round. That bull goes down into that massively deep drainage that is big. And we searched for 2 days for that bull, and we never found him.
Whoa.
Yeah. So, yeah, reload and freaking shoot till those things are dead, for sure.
Yeah,
They're tough animals, man.
Make sure when you're walking up on them too. I said it to you the whole season. I said it multiple times. Like whenever we're walking up to an animal, I'm like, bring your gun.
Yep.
Like make sure it's loaded. Bring your gun.
You know what's funny is I've been on a couple of those with you where you have your pistol on you and that's it.
Yeah, it's like there's been so many hunts I've been on where someone's like, they leave their gun from where they shot and they're going up to their animal. And I've seen it happen. Yeah. Exactly what just happened. Gets up and goes, and it's like they're like, oh.
I'm going to tell you too. Never go anywhere without your gun. Like another story I have is
or bow or whatever
with anything. So my buddy, I was hunting. We were filming our Idaho hunt, and I was just in love with this deer. Like we spotted this deer on day 2, and so I was hunting this area like every freaking day. I was like, I don't give a crap about any other deer. Like I'm going to try to kill this deer. So I was going back to this area every day. And we hike up to the top one day, and we're sitting there glassing forever. I'm like, I got to go to the bathroom.
That's when it happens, dude.
Dude, I freaking literally get up to go to the bathroom. I leave my rifle sitting over there next to my backpack. I walk around the corner, not very far, like 15, 20 yards around this corner to go to the bathroom because I wanted to glass over this other edge.
Right.
I'm like, I'm going to knock out 2 things with one stone. I'm going to glass over this edge, and I'm going to go piss. Mm-hmm. Dude, I no sooner get around the corner to right where you can't see, and this 3-point was coming up the hill right at us. And it wasn't the shooter buck that I was after, but at this point, we're at day 4.
Yeah.
Only 1 day left. I definitely would have shot him.
Yeah.
It would have been a 40-yard chip shot. Like, it would have been dead. And I didn't have a gun. And me and the deer both, scared each other. So it was, rounded the corner, and the deer went. And then bounced off, and I was like, you have got to be kidding me. So never walk anywhere without your weapon, ever. Super important to make sure that you have your weapon. No question. Okay, another good question. Biggest mistake you ever made? And you don't have to go crazy elaborate in it. We're getting close to, but just biggest mistake you've ever made.
Okay.
I think mine would be biggest mistake I've ever made. And I mean, this will be just brutally honest, is taking a shot that I had no business taking.
Yep.
That's the biggest mistake because that deer haunts me. And I will never get it back. And it's like, I don't know what would have happened if I would have waited. It was a super hard quartering away shot. And I took it. I missed, blew it when it was, the deer knew I was
with
there.
With the bow?
Yeah. Yep. I spent 8 hours stalking this deer. And then just all of that to line up and just piss it away with one bad decision.
My biggest mistake goes back to patience. And, we are archery elk hunting in Idaho. We finally get into this pocket where it's like, oh my gosh, the rut's on full bore. Sean plays this bull like a fiddle. We call him in, and Sean was working this bull. I could have been patient. I could have waited. I could have let that bull walk out to 20 yards, and I would have shot him at 20 yards right out in the open. But instead, I was impatient. I saw a 40-yard window shot, and I took a 40-yard window shot. I thought it was a good shot. I felt confident about the shot. It wasn't a good shot, and I should have freaking waited.
I'll say this. Don't let the little voices that are saying you, this will be the only shot you get. You got to take this shot.
Literally
you don't
what
know.
I was just going to say.
Yeah, dude, those are the worst thing. And I, battle those all the time.
Everything, that is my story that I was going to tell.
Yeah.
Every big mistake, that's what I said, if there's one thing, it's patience. My antelope this year, I had him bedded, snuck up on him, was just waiting for him to stand up. Mm-hmm. And he stood up and was walking. He had no idea I was there. But in my head, I'm like, oh my God, this is my opportunity. I gotta take my shot, blah, blah. And I rushed it, didn't rearrange anything, just was like, this is it. And Corey was with me. And I would just he's like, okay, we'll go. And I'm like, I'm sitting one now. And I just didn't rearrange him. And I have a bunch of stories of that same instance where it's just I rushed it and wasn't patient and had no reason not to be patient. I just was in my own head.
Yep.
So, really, it's all kind of one of the same of patience. Patience.
For sure.
So.
For sure. Okay, another good question I think that'll help some beginners out there is one skill to master first. If you're just now starting in hunting, what is the number one skill you think they should master first? And everyone can be different. You guys can be different, whatever you think.
I'd say sneaking.
Being sneaky.
Sneaking, getting My favorite thing, and Marlon knows too, because he's hunting with me, I like to get really close to deer. It's like one of my favorite things.
You should archery hunt.
Well, I know, that's what everyone keeps telling me, like, you should archery hunt. Even with rifles, everyone's like, why are you getting so close? I'm like, I love it. Because I love that I know I have the ability to get in on them. And it's like, and it's taking me a long time to learn that skill, to like learn the terrain and to learn how to move. And if you get spotted, what to do if you get spotted. And just learning that skill to sneak and know that I can still get in there is like, I pride myself in that skill.
Yeah.
Because it applies to everything. It applies to it all.
Mine is going to go back to, I'm just going to repeat it over and over, being proficient with your weapon.
Master your weapon first.
Yep. You can go out there and you can fling arrows, or you can send lead with a muzzle loader that doesn't go off when it's supposed to. Like, I mean, and this is where it just goes back to revisiting that. You know, it's like, it's the repetitions, it's getting familiar with your weapon, and it's being proficient.
Yep, same with like the cross, you know, in Ohio, it's like, you know, you sit there and you think like, oh, there's, you know, can't be that one to shoot this thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you need to master that thing.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
need to understand every nuance of shooting high, shooting low, out of the tree stand, like, master it.
Yep, absolutely.
I can tell you, I will have it mastered next year.
I think we need to practice
way more.
And
from a tree.
Elevated.
Yeah.
Not just from the ground, because we're practicing from the ground.
For you, it'll be a barn, because I know you don't have trees.
Yeah, I'll have to get on my roof.
For sure. For sure. I think if I had to pick one skill to master, like, before anything, it would be scouting. It would be understanding, you know, because the biggest thing is it doesn't matter how good you are at shooting. It doesn't matter how good you are with a bow. It doesn't matter how good you are at sneaking. If you're hunting somewhere where there's no animals, you have no shot, period. And so, like, mastering, understanding how to scout and where to find animals is the best thing you can do to be a good hunter out there, for sure.
Yeah.
So, let's see here. What else? This is a good one. It's a really good one. Using maps or boots on the ground? What's more important?
Both.
Boots on the ground.
I think you use a map to find where to put your boots on the ground.
Yep.
I'd say definitely that's your starting point.
That's your starting point. Look at a map, find an area that looks good, and then get boots on the ground. That'll tell you all you need to
Dude, how
know.
many times have you gone to an area? Well, I mean, you already said that, right? How many times have you gone to an area? But it's like, even like little tiny hidey holes, like little tiny chunks of buckbrush. Like, you're like, you blow a deer out, and you're like, oh.
Well, this was huge for me, like, when I started hunting out of state. Because when you're hunting out of state, if it's really, really far, you got to understand what to look at, where and how to scout it, and how to, you know. So, like, for me, what I did is just like you said, I used maps first.
Yep.
I figured out where I thought the elk might be, and then I did 2 scouting trips over there and put boots on the ground. So I do think that there's no real answer of what's better.
Yeah.
You have to use both.
Yeah.
Like, you have to use both. Like, because you can think you know, but if you don't get over there and put eyes on it, like, and that's the thing, like, I truly believe that the reason that I was so successful that first year over in Idaho was because I did that.
Yeah.
Like, I scouted on e-maps first, and then I went over there 3 times before I hunted.
Yep.
My next 2 years, I didn't go over there at all.
What happened?
I didn't even have a shot.
Yeah.
I drew back on a couple animals, but again, like, you know, I just didn't have time.
Yeah.
You know, but it's important to put boots on the ground, not just scout on a map.
Yeah. I mean, even if it's like an 8-hour drive, I've been looking at some of the areas, you know, and I'm like, yeah, it's an 8-hour drive. You do that with a couple buddies. You split it. It's 4 hours apiece, you know, going there and back. But then when you're going to go there for a week, like, dude, you want to risk your whole season. You put in for tags. You bought the gear. You did all this. You get all excited, and then you go over there, and you don't. You had your map. You guys better
believe that if we draw any tags over there, we are going to be going over there for sure.
Yeah, I've already decided.
We're already halfway there.
Yeah. I already
we'll make the pit stop.
Yeah, and we're going to find some outfitters that can pack our camps into the back end.
I already have my great plan. I'm just going to get my helicopter pilot's license, and then I'll just fly us in there.
I like it.
I like that plan.
Yeah. I think that's a really...
It's a lot easier on the legs, that's for sure.
That's a really, really good can. Yeah. So as we kind of wrap this podcast up, like, why are mistakes part of becoming a better hunter?
Dude, you got to fail and fail forward. I mean, that's the only way you're going to learn. Like, you never know. Like, you don't know what you can get away with. You know, like, if an animal's looking at you, maybe they're not looking at you. They're looking through you, and it's like maybe you can draw on them. Maybe you can pull your rifle up. You don't know. Every animal's different, and I mean every situation's going to be different. But it's like I think you have to fail forward and learn from every single mistake. That's the only way to get better.
For sure.
It perfects your hunting.
Yeah.
Every mistake perfects your hunting. Like just this last year, I learned. I'm surprised every year all the stuff I learned. I still, after hunting all these years, I'm still learning. And
Same.
It's amazing. It's like when we were stalking on Dakota's deer and we're going over the hill and I'm like, oh, this thing's done. Like we're getting the high ground on him and getting real close. One thing I never thought to pay attention to, my shadow on the next hill. Those deer caught those shadows so quick, and it was something I just never thought of.
That was crazy how fast they caught
and they
shadow.
Caught onto it like that, and we're gone. I'm like, what? And I look at the hill, I'm like, our shadows. They saw our shadows moving.
Yep.
Just something I never thought of, but I learned from it. I'm like, I know for sure that the next move I make, that's going to be in my mind on my next stalk. And I'm like, make sure my shadow is not on
That's the same thing. Like the next shot I take in Ohio, there's a lot that's going to be on my mind. The next time I have a blacktail bedded down, there's going to be a lot that's on my mind. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, yeah, it makes you a better hunter by far, every mistake that you make. And sometimes you have to fail to do better.
Yeah.
It's just the reality of it. So
We've done a lot of it.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure. Now, what's some words, I want each of you to just kind of, look at the camera and give some words of encouragement out there to new hunters, from your own personal experiences and getting into hunting. Like, just give them a quick little paragraph, cliff note, encouragement words.
I mean, I would say just goes. I mean, if we did like the cliff notes of this whole podcast, number one, don't give up, and don't be afraid to ask questions. Like you're gonna get some salty old dudes that, they might not treat you the right way or help you, but down the road, I mean, there's guys out there that are like us. Nobody's gonna give you like their little honey hole. Nobody's gonna do that. But man, I would say don't be afraid to like reach out. I mean, there's so many other hunting communities that are out there. Just don't be afraid to ask or look to get help. Join an archery club, go to a shooting range. We're all out there doing the same thing.
Exactly.
I would say just don't be afraid to adventure, into new area. Like,
yeah.
I mean, half the fun of it is going out into the unknown in a hunt, and just exploring. Like, if you go in it with just, fun intentions in the back of your mind, you will find success in some degree.
For sure.
And then, and if you do that enough, you will find success in harvesting animals.
Absolutely.
It's just the way it is.
Yep. And I want to say for all the people out there that are trying to get into it or new, like, as someone who came from a background that if you would have looked at my childhood at, 12, 13, 14, you would have never thought that here I am at 41 that I'm, like, addicted to hunting. Mm-hmm. And, like, there is, I know there's kids out there, there's people out there watching this that are thinking about being hunters or want to get into it, and it's like, dude, it's not unattainable. Like, it doesn't matter if you're living in downtown New York right now and you want to become a hunter someday. Like, you can. Like, you absolutely can. And then the cool thing about, I think, social media and what we're doing versus what may have been 20 years ago is, like, a lot more information is accessible to anyone in this world. And that's what I love about it. Like, as much hate as we've gotten for the fishing over the years and teaching people how to hunt, like, I don't like, dude, because the kids that are out there that are watching this, or the people that are out there that this is going to inspire to get out and go hunting, that's what I do it for.
Keeps the sport alive.
And that's what I care about. And I just want all those people to know that, like, it's not as hard as what it may seem. Like, there's resources out there for you to get into it. There's people that'll help you. There's a million podcasts. There's a million hunting creators. There's, podcasts, YouTube videos. There's so much information out there to teach you how to hunt. Even your own state, like, a lot of these states, like, want more hunters.
Yeah.
And they're doing a lot of stuff to try to get more people hunting.
Yep.
And so, just know, as someone who came from foster care and grew up in foster care who doesn't have a single family member that hunted, you can become a hunter someday.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the reason we're doing this is for you guys.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
This is for your information. We want this out there for you guys to learn from.
We love hunting. It is our passion, and we want to share it with people to hopefully get them just as excited about it as we are. That's the whole point of the brand. That's the whole point of the Addicted Fishing brand on the fishing side. And yeah, I'm excited that we're doing it. I mean, we're what now? What are we at 13, 14 episodes in right now? Doing this
nodding,
podcast.
Yeah, okay.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. It's going to be exciting when we get to 100.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
It's going to be cool. It's going to be really cool. So I just want to say thank you to everyone out there. thank you for everyone that continues to support this brand as we grow it. Thank you to any of the sponsors that we may now have. I don't know what we're going to have up to this point or what we're going to get, but just thank you to everyone that's helping us do this. And again, please like, subscribe, thumbs up the videos, share it to family and friends. Like, the Addicted Hunting brand is going to be something that's going to be like, I'm just going to say it right now, it's going to be a household name.
I'm in the comments, if you have not hunted, I want just comment.
Yeah.
Everybody who has not hunted, and if you know somebody that has not hunted, share this with them, have them comment. Like, I don't know what we can do for giveaway or whatnot, but something to get somebody inspired to get going. I mean, that's what it's about.
For sure.
I mean, this is, like Marlon said it, John said it. We love hunting. This is what we do. To be able to share this with people and not have it.
Our lives revolve around it.
Literally.
Half the stuff, I mean, not half, more than half. 90% of the stuff we do revolves to where we can get hunting or outdoors.
Dude, I'm trying to figure out how I can hunt 3 to 4 states this year, and I'm like, man, I think I'm gonna run out of vacation time. I'm gonna have to start like saving money so I can take unpaid weeks off and everything. So
that's what you do.
Yeah,
That's what it's called, being addicted.
Oh my God, yeah.
All right, everyone. Thanks again. Appreciate you. Until next time, we'll see you in the woods.
Just not
Negative.
in our woods.